welcome to I Drink and I Make Stuff. Today we're going to be making a small shelf, 8 by 24. We're going to use a French cleat. It's going to be for my son's room. We're going to make 2 of them so he can hang his little projects on there that he likes to make, set them on there. Doesn't have a lot of shelf space in there, but a lot of wall space that's not used, so we're going to build him a few shelves to hang his projects on that he likes to make. Yeah, it's negative 30 degrees out right now and I'm trying to warm my shop up, so it's a little cold out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this down into our pieces. We're going to sand the bejeebers out of it, and then we'll kind of go into making the sides, kind of like that other project, but just a little bit different. Alright, so this was just some scrap wood I had. I haven't been to the lumber area to get any lumber in a while, so I had to cut some of the rotten parts off the end, get it down to 24 by 8, but it turned out pretty good. It wasn't too hard to get it to where I needed it to. Alright, so I basically have it marked up how I want it. We're going to have these kind of 45s. This is all just kind of junk, spare wood I've had, so I'm just kind of piecing it together. It'll go like that. This, whatever white board, I don't know what it is, but maybe you can color on it. That'll be the back. It'll sit up a little bit to hide the French cleat. Pretty much it. I'm going to round these corners a little bit. I'm going to cut this off so it's a little bit shorter so it's in there. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes together, I guess. Roped in, put a little bit of an edge on it on the front. Alright, well, one of those projects that it's not mapping out right in the brain. We're getting there, we'll figure it out. A couple more beers, brain will figure it out. So what I got going right now, they cut these to kind of look cool. There and here, I angled this, but I don't really like it because now the white's gone, so maybe I'll tape it off and give this a nice coat of like black paint. French cleat will be on the back, so it'll be raised up. That's kind of how the shelf's looking right now. I'm not super impressed with it, but we'll see where I can take it from here. Just been doing some sanding and stuff and trying to figure this back piece out. I think that's what I'll do is I'll just end up painting this with a nice coat of black. The rest of it will be burned, and this will kind of be like you can write on it with a little marker or something like that. You know, you could say like it BB-8's up here or whatever. Alright, so I tried to do the burning on this. I don't have any stain. This is really just kind of some shitty wood. So I ended up just painting everything. Here's just some final assembly on the shelf, marking everything up, making sure everything's square, getting my sides on, my French cleat, putting the tape on it so I can paint the whole thing black and then take the tape off so we still have a white area there for him to color on. Just making and installing the French cleats here on that first shelf. Then I took it over to paint, just a nice coat of black paint. I think this is just the primer. Alright, so we got them both made. We're painting this one down here. I'm gonna paint the top red just to see what happens. I think it'll look cool. I made the other one here, and you know, when you drink and you make stuff, you screw up. It looks fine, but I routed the front and backs, but apparently I routed the. I was supposed to just route the fronts, but I put this one on backwards, so I'm gonna have to route this front side. Whatever happens, the French cleat is on. We got them taped up so I can peel this off and they'll still have the white background. Now I'm going to tape that other one up. I'm going to paint the top nice and red. We'll do a few coats of that and that'll be pretty much it. Nice, easy looking shelves. They are what they are. You know, I'm making them with just random scrap wood I had here. There was really no plan, like 99% of my projects. Yeah, let's paint them red. Alright, that red looks god awful. It's a metal paint, it's just not sticking on there. We're just gonna go with black, priming it with this flat black. And then maybe on the top I'll do the gloss black. We'll see if that kind of contrasts a little bit. I don't know. That red looks terrible. See it over there. That's awful. Yeah. Just gonna paint these up. We'll let that dry. I'll sand it. I'm just gonna finish this one down on the floor. Yeah. I don't know. That's what happens when you drink and you make stuff. Alright, so we're near the end of this project here. I'm letting things dry in front of the fire. It's negative 30 out, so maybe 50 degrees, 60 in here. A little warm. So you can see we have the white background. Nice top. I think I'm going to let it dry. I'll probably hit it with some like 500 or 1000 grit. There's a French cleat in back. It'll sit. You'll be able to write on this little part here. The other shelf is exactly the same. I got flat black here, gloss black on top. We're going to let them dry. Again, maybe take some sandpaper to them. I'm not real certain. We'll see how fast they dry. Again, you guys know I'm impatient if you watch my videos. If I don't let them dry good enough and I sand it, it's just going to look terrible. So we'll see. See if I can do it. Even though these shells didn't turn out exactly how I wanted them, but they do look nice. He'll like them. We'll be able to put his toys on top and it'll be fine. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. And I think that's about it for out in the garage here for you guys. We'll do a cleanup, and then you'll see them hung. We'll do a little video inside of how we hang them and put them up with the French cleat. Yeah, cool. Thanks for joining, guys. Clicker's here. So since this was all scrap wood, one of my cleats ended up being shorter, so it's not the full like 16, so I couldn't spread all the way. So I put the first one on. I was able to hit 2 studs. The second one I hit 1, so I put 3 screws in there. And it worked out well. They're not going to hold much. I think the walls are like old stucco, so it'll hold what toys he puts on there. Seemed to work pretty well, and actually the screws grabbed, so maybe I did hit something in an old wall. I don't know. But we got him up there. Then I decided to, clean up, add his toys, and I think it looked pretty well. Pretty nice. I think he'll like it. They're next to his bed. I need to get a little bit longer cable to charge his BB-8, but there we go. And back out in the shop clean it up. My camera stopped recording for some reason, but you get the gist of it. I clean my shop. That's what I do. I drink, I make stuff, I clean my shop. See you next time.